Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. A very cool good evening to one and all. A relatively moderate evening right here in Johannesburg. Jum'ah Mubarak to one and all. Today being the 4th of September. Hoping everybody is in good spirits, in good health, in anticipation for the weekend. Yes. It is Friday Night Live, and I'm your host, Sir Faraz. I'll be with you, inshallah, for the next 2 hours or so. And we're coming to you live from our headquarters right here in Johannesburg, South Africa. A very busy highway. It was a drive this evening, I must say. A lot of people moving around. A lot of people are jubilant. Hoping you are one of them and had a good week thus far. Well, if you haven't, well, nevertheless, be positive. Tawakkul in the Almighty. And let's enjoy the time that we have available for us. We welcome all of our viewers and listeners, streamers around the country, around the globe. We love you all on the various platforms, on Instagram, on YouTube, as well as on the Facebook platform. If you are tuned in via the TuneIn app, good evening to you and welcome to all of our listeners as well out in Polokwane. Anyone else around the country, around the globe, send a shout out on our WhatsApp line on 061 766 0355. Coming up on tonight's program, I'm going to be speaking to on the hashtag Go Wild segment, wildlife trainer Shendo Larenti. Now, he works at the Lion and Safari Park. We are going to talk about exactly who they are and share some of their experience and their interactions with us, what they have on offer. As obviously now many safari lodges and game drives are available as well in this regard now and are open. Many tourist destinations, especially the tourism industry now is opening. Economies, sectors of commerce have opened. So we are tackling each one as they go along. And tonight we feature none other than the Lion and Safari Park. Have you been to the Lion and Safari Park? Share with us your comments, your feedback, your experience. How was it for you? You can leave a comment below on the Facebook platform or on the WhatsApp line on 061 766 0355. Thereafter, we've got hashtags sports with Zakir Dawood, and that's around after 7:30. And tonight, inshallah, he'll be sharing with us some PSL action. Morocco Swallows coming up back in the top flight of football as well. So for you Morocco Swallows fans as well. Also, I'm not sure if he's going to be doing some transfer talk, but there's been a lot of transfer talk happening in the various international leagues as well. Thereafter, at around 8 or so, inshallah, we'll then talk to Leighton Baird from the AA regarding the do's and don'ts of hijackings. And he's going to be giving us some tips regarding the recent smash and grabs and the increase in smash and grabs and the numbers that we are seeing amidst this COVID pandemic. There's lots of crime been happening. Crime is on the increase. So we're going to talk a bit about some stats, some experiences, some things you can do, how to prepare yourself, how to avoid. Look, it's unavoidable, but hey, if it happens, what to do in a situation like that? Do you freak out? Do you panic? I mean, things can happen. And would have, could have, there is no time for that. So we'll be having a discussion regarding that. And we wrap up the program at around 8:45 with Mechanic Abdurrahman Mia. We're talking about 8 common causes of your car's poor fuel economy. All right. Now, is poor fuel economy, causing havoc for you or in your budget? When a full tank is taking half of the distance that it used to, it's time to take a look at what is the problem. And to talk to us a bit more about that a bit later, we'll be chatting to him. Right, coming up now, it's time for the Go Wild segment, hashtag Go Wild. We talk to Lion and Safari Park animal handler and trainer Shendo Larenti in a moment.
Fires in Australia, America wanted World War III, and now the coronavirus is traveling around the world.
Well, I also thought about purchasing some crypto.
Crypto? What's that, like another pyramid scheme? I don't trust what I can't see.
There's an apartment in Belito.
So all your family will be asking to stay there for free. And what if the government takes it away, eh?
Dad, I don't think it works like that.
I tell you what works. Gold. At your age, I invested in gold coins and it paid for your university fees and your wedding. No contracts, no agreements. Your investment is in your hands and you own it. With a 70% growth in only 5 years, do you still doubt gold investment? Contact RJ Coin today, 031 202 4701, or visit them at 151 Stephen Lamini Road in Musgrave, Durban. Randery Jewelers Gold Coin Exchange, your passport to gold investment.
Would you like to give Sadaqah 365 days a year? You can with the Al Imdad Foundation's Daily Sadaqah program. Donate as little as R1 a day for a month for each member of your family, up to any specified amount, and receive monthly feedback on where your contributions have made a difference. Visit alimdad.com and download your Daily Sadaqah debit order form or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
Salam Media, a global voice for humanity.
8 minutes after 7 p.m. and welcome back. This is Friday Night Live with me, ST Sarfaraz Takolia, and we're coming to you live from our Salam Media headquarters right here in Johannesburg. And it's now time for the Go Wild segment, the hashtag Go Wild. We are featuring the Lion and Safari Park this evening, and I'm going to be speaking to Shendo Larenti, who is a wildlife handler. Now, the Lion Park established as a tourist destination, which is well loved by locals and foreigners alike. It's become a popular experience for a lot of people for well over 50 years. Would you believe the Safari Park and the Lion and Safari Park, yes, is actually 50 years old. Now, it's moved to the Cradle of Humankind in July of 2016. And they've got a world-class facility there called the Lion and Safari Park, and guests have a memorable experience at this resort and at this place as well. Have you been there? What was your experience like? What did you enjoy most? What were some of the highlights for you? Share your interaction with us on 061 766 0355, or you can comment below. On the line, we are joined by wildlife trainer Shendo Larenti. Shendo, good evening and welcome to the program.
Very much for having me. Hey.
Hi there. Yes, great to have you with us, Shendo. Thanks for obviously taking the time. Before we get into the Lion and Safari Park itself, being an animal handler, talk to us a bit about yourself, who you are, and when your involvement with animals and your love for animals all begin.
So my name is Shendo Larenti. I'm one of the handlers and trainers at the Lion and Safari Park. So I've actually been at the park for about 13 years. So it's been quite a while.
Wow.
I've been there for a very long time. And I've pretty much grown up around all these amazing animals. And that's kind of where my love for wildlife started. And it just kind of fueled the passion. And that's what got me into basically what I do today. And I'm very fortunate that I get to create amazing bonds and amazing relationships with all the animals we have here at the park.
Awesome stuff. Now, the Lion and Safari Park, as I just mentioned in the intro, obviously they've moved to the Cradle of Humankind in 2016, but they're in operation for over 50 years. I honestly didn't know that. I mean, there's a rich heritage and history at the Lion and Safari Park. Having spent 13 years at the resort and at the Safari Park itself, you obviously meet with a lot of guests locally, internationally, etc. Talk to us about, it's offering, I'm sure, a wealth of experience, and you bring a wealth of experience to that. What are some of the animal interactions that take place at the Lion and Safari Park?
So at the Lion and Safari Park, basically, if any of the viewers have actually been to the park, it's like being out in the middle of nowhere, very, very close to the city. I think that's the best part of the park, is people don't realize how big it is. It's over 1,000 hectares.
Wow.
So yeah, people come here, they get to see lions, wild dogs, cheetahs, If you're brave enough, you get to meet some of our giraffe. We have the giraffe feeding available at the park, so you can get up close and personal with.
Now you mentioned the word brave enough. Why should we be so brave enough?
You know, they do scare some people. If you've ever been up close to the giraffe, if you've ever actually done the giraffe feeding experience, they've got really, really long tongues. So I think it freaks people.
Okay. Yeah.
You have to come to the park and experience it. But they've got really, really long tongues. So I mean, they're not going to bite you. The worst you're going to get is a nasty lick. But yeah, it's a really, really incredible experience.
Now, you mentioned 13 years, it's taken to become a wildlife trainer. I'm sure you're an expert now in that field. What are some of, your first encounters with the animals and breaking fear? Let's talk about that, because some people, maybe they're like, okay, I'll just look from afar. I'm not really a type to like pet the fur kind of guy, or, how do you break that fear? And you mentioned the bond that animals have with human beings. It's amazing how the Almighty's created it, but how do you, factor that and break down that fear, that sense of fear, if I may call?
Working with the animals, it's all based on a relationship. There's a mutual understanding, and as a handler, as a trainer, we have to understand the behavior. The animals will tell us in the behavior, when they're not happy, when they're not having a good day. It's the same as people. Sometimes they have a day where, they don't really want to come over and say hello. But yeah, it's all about love, respect, and just understanding the animal and understanding their boundaries. They'll tell you when they don't want to come say hello. But on most days, they'll rush over, they'll come say hello, give you lots of love. That's pretty much how it works.
Yeah, they've all got their different moods, eh? And I mean, just like human beings, every day is a different day. Now, obviously, you offer game drives, self-driving as well. So, what's some of the offers that the safari park has got? You offer a game drive, you offer self-drive. So, take us through these two, and we can discuss what else you also have in addition to having moved to your new premises at the Cradle of Humankind.
So basically what we've done is, obviously we want to minimize contact for people as much as possible. We want to make sure that everyone that comes to the park is having a great experience, but at the same time having a really safe experience. So we have a system where you can actually book online. You don't have to walk into any reception areas. You don't have to even exit your vehicle. So when you come into the park, we basically do a non-contact screening, which is a digital screening. You can even do it on your phone at home before you guys actually come to the park. So when you get to the front gate, you do your screening, you can drive through. If you've booked online, you can pretty much head straight on the game drive without having to even exit your vehicle. At the entry gate for the game drives, we actually have pay facilities. So even if you don't book online, you can come to the park, not even have to get out your car, pay as you enter, and just enjoy yourself on the self-drive. So the self-drive is a really great option if you don't want to come into contact with other people, especially for a lot of the elderly viewers. They can stay in the comfort and safety of their own vehicle. So you get to see 4 lion prides, some wild dogs, cheetah, up to 17 species of herbivores, as well as hyenas. So you get a really good variety of animals that you actually get to see on this experience. And then we have the Predator Safari Tour, which is actually a 2-hour guided tour where you actually go in one of our vehicles. So our vehicles are quite large, and what we've done is we've cut down the capacity of the vehicles. So we only take 12 people out at a time in a 30-seater vehicle. So there's enough social distancing between everyone to make sure that there's enough space and no one's going to be right next to you. And you get to go out with one of our very experienced guides. And you also get to see the 4 lion prides, the wild dogs, the cheetahs, the hyenas, the antelope, as well as leopards on this tour, which is a really awesome sight to see as well.
Now, you mentioned that obviously you're having to cut down on the safari drive. I mean, unfortunately, I've had the chance to travel to a number of resorts and safaris around the country, etc. To name a few. A game drive in itself is an amazing experience, right? And I went, like, I think it was just 4 of us. We were like, in the back of a Land Cruiser V8, whatever the case is. But you mentioned up to 12 people in a 30-seater. How is this whole COVID, pandemic, lockdown, all of this kind of things impacted you as a wildlife trainer, the animals themselves, and your business sector as well?
So, I mean, from the animal side, I mean, no one's gonna lie, the lockdown has been quite difficult on everyone. We have an amazing dedicated team at the park that basically quarantined in the park through the whole of lockdown to actually look after the animals, including myself.
Wow.
So we have an
Okay.
amazing team that's pretty much persevered through it all, to make sure the animals are safe, happy, and well looked after. In terms of the business side, it was definitely a big knock to us. I mean, it's not just us; it's every other company within the
Mm,
tourism industry. So it is definitely, something we've had to work around and we've had to adjust to, is basically the new
adapt.
normal, and adapting what we have on offer to ensure that, when the guests are coming to the park, they're safe. It's been a lot of teamwork within the park to actually ensure that whatever activity we do, we're doing it in the safest way possible to ensure that people have a great experience, but a safe experience at the same time. So it's been a lot of brainstorming, a lot of perseverance, and yeah, just streamlining the process.
Now, there's something I'm looking at called the LX tour. I mean, you mentioned some of the guided tours that you've got in the self-drive and the predator feeding aspect. What's the LX tour? Take me through this. What can you expect here?
So this is definitely a once in a lifetime experience.
Okay.
Alex Larenti is a world-renowned animal behaviorist. He's one of the trainers at the park. He's actually my dad, so I'm a little bit biased on this. Um, but yeah, it's a 3 hour tour. You get to go out, get to see him interacting with all the animals. He brings them right up to the vehicle. You're literally not
Okay.
going to get any closer to a big lion than on this tour. So if you want to get up close and personal, obviously you're in the safety of one of our smaller safari vehicles. Um, it is an absolutely incredible experience. You'll literally have the lions right next to you. And yeah, you get to see him in action. And he's been a trainer for over 50 years now. So you get to hear about all of
Wow.
his experiences, building the relationships
I'm
with the
sure there's
animals.
so much he's got to share. I mean, wow, 50 years of being with these animals, it's more like it becomes not just a pet, it becomes family. It's more like a
That's
unit,
exactly
I'd
it.
say.
And on the tour, Alex is full of jokes, so it's not only going to be a really fun educational time. It's quite funny to go on his tour as well.
No, it's interesting, I must say, and it certainly is quite enticing. Now, there's also, you mentioned other wildlife and antelope species like giraffe and kudu, gemsbok, warthogs, etc. Um, Talk to us about your restaurants. Are they halal friendly, etc.? What are some of the options available at your restaurants? And talk to us about the bull and buck grill. I believe obviously it provides more of a fine dining experience. However, apart from being a world-class destination, you also offer conference facilities there.
That's exactly right. So our restaurant, our wetlands restaurant, as well as our bull and buck, we have a halal chef at the park. So our head chef is halal. So all of the food
Okay.
is halal in the restaurant.
Lovely.
The amazing thing
Mhm.
about the wetlands restaurant is it has the most spectacular views. It's just in front of a natural wetland that occurs within that it's like a little valley. And it's right next to our giraffe feeding platform. So while you're having lunch on the deck and enjoying your food, you have the giraffe coming and sticking its head over right next to you. So it's a really once in a lifetime experience again, and really, really cool, especially for the kids. They absolutely love it. We do have the bull and buck grill at the moment. It's not
Mhm.
operational um, uh, with the kind of lockdown measures at the moment, but we do also have conferencing facilities at the park. So coming up to interview functions, we have really amazing conferencing facilities or interview function facilities where you can have a really, really awesome setup. Halfway through your setup, go out, enjoy a game drive with your team or your family or your friends, whatever the occasion may be. Come back, enjoy an amazing meal, and just have a great time slightly out of the city in the African bush, but still close enough that it's not going to take you an hour to drive back.
Now, Shendo, growing up as South Africans, we are taught, in preschool, primary school, you know, you're drawing lions and cheetahs and giraffes and rhinos. And I want to talk about the foreigners and foreign people when they come in and, you know, visit your park and their experience. What are they in awe about most that you've noticed? I mean, we as South Africans, maybe we take for granted. Yes, some people do enjoy going for a safari drive. Some people are like, ah, you know what, I went once in my life, I've seen it all. I'm South African, I know the big five, I see it in the back of my banknotes. They're now Madibas. But anyway, you know, there's a different experience, you know, when a foreign national or international guest comes over and they're like, wow, they're seeing it for the first time. They're seeing it in a zoo. Here it's different. Talk to us about some of the experiences you've encountered with your international guests.
So I think it's one of the best things about working in the tourism industry is actually just seeing people's reactions. And everyone is so different. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously with the Lion and Safari Park, the biggest thing people come for is the lions, but we have such a variety of guests, you know, people, you know, will absolutely love the lions, and you'll get others that have, that are amazed by the giraffe or the meerkats or the warthogs or whatever it may be. It's the fact that they're experiencing Africa and experiencing Africa so close. I think that's the biggest thing that really allows people to fall in love with the park, is they're able to experience it in such a different way. You're much closer than what you'd be in a national park. And yeah, I think people are just able to connect a little bit more with the animals, and just enjoy them, you know, within the reserve.
Awesome stuff. Now, Shendo, in conclusion, for people who want to get in touch with your safari drives, etc., where can they find you? Your social media handles, your website, contact information, share it with us.
So you can find us on Facebook, Instagram. We're on TikTok. It's all Lion and Safari Park. You can visit our website, www.lionandsafaripark.com. Or you can give us a call on 087 1500 100. You can head onto our website. All the tours that we offer, including the prices, are on there. The amazing thing is with all the tours that all kids under 12 are free. So, you know, if you want to come out to the family, it's a really great experience, and it's a reasonably priced day out for everyone. But yeah, they can visit our website to see all the tours that we offer, the experiences. And you can actually book online. So if you want to come on the self-drive, if you don't want to have to come into contact with everyone, book online, come through, and then just enjoy a safe day out at the park.
That's something different. I'm really going to look forward to that. Shendo, thank you so much for your time tonight. Have yourself an awesome weekend. And yeah, we'll probably be in touch soon.
Thank you so much for having us on.
It's a pleasure, Kipra. That's animal handler at the Lion and Safari Park, Shendo Larenti, and he was talking to us about the Lion and Safari Park, what they have on offer. They've now got a non-contact screening facility available. If you'd like to go for a drive to see some animals, you know, just to get out of the city a little bit and all of this, well, head down to the Lion and Safari Park, and yeah, you can experience a day of you know, animal sightseeing and opportunity to engage with some animals as well. That brings us now to 26 minutes after 7 p.m. On the dot. We're going to take a quick ad break. Thereafter, Zakir Daud will give us the sports update, hashtag sports with Zakir Daud, right here on Friday Night Live.